Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Udeme, and I am so excited to have you back. If you love anything that relates to books, just lifestyle and stories, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up so that it can be shared across YouTube to other people. And also subscribe if you're new. I post vlogs, I post book reviews, and I talk about books in general. Do you understand? So if you love that kind of content, please go ahead and click. So today, from the title, I'm sure you would have seen, I'm going to be going into the good, bad, and ugly of the books I've read in the first half of 2021. I am so excited about this. I don't know why, but I just want to point out some of the books that I enjoyed, some of the books that were meh to me, and some books that were just a no. Luckily, the first half has actually been really good because I have a lot more good books that I really enjoyed than books that I did not really enjoy. So if you can see here, this pile over here, this tall pile is the books I enjoyed. I have a very short pile that I don't know if you can see over here for the books I did not enjoy and the books that are meh to me. So we are going to talk about all of it. So I think I should start from the books I did not enjoy. If you follow me on my Instagram, I've already talked about this first book that I'm about to show you guys, and that is Freshwater by Akwaeke Emezi. I did not enjoy this book for anything. In fact, this is a did not finish because I did not, up till today, I have literally not finished it, and I have that's how you know that a book is not the best. 30 or something pages to go, and I cannot get myself to finish it. I did not enjoy this book at all. It's very false, not false in, because I know it's different to different people, right? But it's very unrelatable. That's the word I want. I did not I could not relate. I could not it was just, what is this? I could not understand it. What's the purpose? What's the aim? Where are we driving to? It's all I can tell that there is not going to be a plot twist at the end that is going to make me be like, wow, okay, this was what it's absolutely not. It was painful to read. I did not enjoy this book at all, and I feel so sad because I don't like speaking bad about books, because I know that the authors put in all of their best and this is something precious to them, but at the end of the day, a reader feels how a reader feels, and this book was not enjoyable for me at all. I put it up on my Insta story and a lot of people felt the same way. This book was not it for me. I have another book that I want to read that I'm going to buy, Death of Vivek Ojek, I think that's the name, that I heard is really enjoyable and relatable, and I will try that out. But this book was a fail to me. This book is not a book I did not like. This is a book that I have not yet read. I've had it for a while, but I've not yet read it. It's The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared by Jonathan. Yeah, I have not yet read this book. I'm excited to read it because I've heard good things about it. It's not very popular or anything, but I'm intrigued about it. It just feels like it makes me think of old people living their life, even when towards the end of their life they are now living their life, being free, going out to experience the world and something like that. I don't know, that's the vibe I get from the book, and I'm intrigued to read it. So I'm definitely going to read this before the year runs out. It's always nice to have a book that you've not read, so that when it feels like you've run out of books, there is one I've not read. So that is because the worst thing is not to have a book to read. We don't want that. First book I'm going to show is a mixture of air and a mixture of really good. It's a collection of stories. It's a Broken People's Playlist by Chimeka Garrix. This book has short stories in them, and I enjoyed some of them so much. It's a very the people in this book need healing. And it's funny because from the name Broken People's Playlist, they are very real stories that you almost cannot imagine this being someone's life, but these are people's lives, and it makes you feel so sad. So it makes you feel all kinds of emotion, anger, and I just have some favorites in this book that I absolutely enjoyed. There is one about a guy who feels he has this fiancé that he has been with for so long. They agreed that they will never get married or something like that, and I think later on in life, the girl actually wants to get married, but because she had this agreement, she does not want to talk about it to him, and he feels oh, okay, she's fine with she's not bothered about getting married, so we are good. And I think she's pregnant for him, and he's friends with these two other guys whose girlfriends are friends with his girlfriend as well, and those ones give him hints I think she might be interested in getting married and all that. The girl on the other side, she uses juju, jazz rather, to compel him to propose. He is touched by the fact that, oh wow, so I did not know that she wants to get married, now she wants to get married. So at the end of the story, it's almost like, so which one works? Was it that the guy was touched out of the fact that his friends are telling him, oh, she actually wants to get married, or it was juju that was, because the girl goes into her room and feels like, woo, girl, that juju you gave me, oh more, he has proposed. Why on his end is like, oh, this was a romantic thing to do, this was like, oh yes. So it's like, I really love that story. I have a couple more that I love in this book. So I enjoyed this book, and there were some stories that I could not really relate to, but I'm sure someone would relate to. But this was a good book as well. I would categorize it as a good book. I have this book with the beautiful cover. Oh, I have my birthday card today. We have this book with the beautiful cover, Dear Alaire by Eriye Onaguru. This book is one that was meh to me. It was not exciting, it was not like a page turner, but it's a happy ending book. So it's almost like a woman going through all the trials as a woman in Nigeria and Lagos in particular, and yeah, just coming out victorious at the end. So it's a feel-good book towards the end, but it's not like a page turner. I was not intrigued to keep going with each page, but I love some of the slangs in this book. I'm not going to lie, I really enjoy some of the slangs that I like. It was very, you could imagine Lagos, you could have that picture in your head of like her living her life and all of that. She's a very like fashion forward lady. I love that about the character. But yeah, it was not like a book that excited me or anything. So I think I rated this a 3.5 star. You guys, City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert is a book that I thoroughly enjoy. It's a coming of age book. It's very I think I've talked about this book before, so I don't want to dwell on it so much. There's a vlog on my channel that I have spoken about this book. It's from the author of Eat, Pray, Love, what's her name again? Elizabeth Gilbert. This book is good. The writing, the character development, it is so good. It is addictive. I could not wait to reach the end. It's very like Hollywood glamour, just learning as you grow, you know, tapping into your talents, you know. It almost opens your eyes to want to experiment new things, to go out in the world and actually live your life. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. I really enjoyed this book. This was a strong 4-star for me. I really enjoyed this book. I think why it's a 4-star is because I don't know why I'm kind of biased in the sense that, okay, it was not a Nigerian book, so there, you know, there are books you read and you have these imaginations of how it will be on TV in Hollywood, but you've actually never been there. That's not the life you live, so it's almost not relatable in that sense, but you can totally picture it. So this is that kind of book, and there were some lovely quotes that were like, that relate to anybody regardless of where you are in life, that I found in this book that I really loved. So this is a very good read. I'm telling you, it's a good read. There is drama. It's just so, you just keep turning the pages, and it's a pretty voluminous book. I mean, not the biggest, and the writings are tiny, so but it's a really good read. The YNBA, I don't know why I've not seen this book being talked about a lot. For how good it is, this was an absolute 5-star read. I just love anything that has to do with like Goliath and David, you know, the small overpowering the mighty. I just love that kind of story. It's an absolutely good book. I love the way it ended. It was not like exactly a perfect ending, but it was good enough. Like, it was, do you understand? It was happy enough. Do you understand? I keep saying, do you understand? As if you guys are ready. But this book is beautiful. A novel by Ola Oluwa Oni. I've not heard of her. I've not heard of any other of her books. I think this is her debut actually. But this was well written. It was very Nigerian. It's very like, it shows like the political, not political per se, it's just the ass-kissing nation that we are, where you have to, there's so much you have to go through to rise as a young person in different industry, and trying to bring out, not get rid of them, but not allowing the gatekeepers of certain industries to have all the power, and just coming together and making something happen. This book is an excellent read. The drama is real, the girlfriend snatching is on point, the sugar daddy is like, it is very juicy and very enjoyable. I really enjoyed this book. On my egg pile is this book, Daughters Who Walk This Path. it's not so much an egg book, it's more of a, I think because I read this after I've read so many deep dark novels, like with really strong themes, rape, sexual abuse, and just hardship. I feel like, so it was like another one to me. So it's not a bad book, actually. It's a really good, actually I would say it's a 4-star book, to be fair, because it gave me nostalgic vibes. Even though it was set in Ibadan, Nigeria, I think almost all of us had like similar upbringings in the 90s, I believe in the 2000s, because the vibe I got like from the description of Ibadan, like the places, the compounds, felt very like I was in Akwa Ibom. So I enjoyed about this book. It felt very like how your aunties will come and visit your cousins, that kind of thing, and then it goes downhill from there. Yes, it's a happy ending sort of at the end, but it's a really like it's a deep book. It's very it can be triggering if you've experienced sexual assault in any way, but it's a very like, it's a book that you've heard so much of these stories and you've probably seen so much of these things happen, so it's very easy for you to understand like, oh, like, yeah, this is happening and we need to stop this. Like, parents need to be more aware of what their children are up to, the people that they bring into the house to stay, because I think back then we had these things where cousins, whether male or female, will come to the house. If you said anything happened, it's also hard to believe, that's depending on the kind of parents that you had. So I really, really enjoyed this book. It was kind of painful to see this young girl go through, two young girls, the main character and her auntie, go through these things that were totally, absolutely avoidable if, especially if their parents had just believed them, and if they had been careful about the people that they allowed their children to go around. I know that at the end of the day, even as parents, you cannot be there with your children 247. So it's not that, oh, bad people should just stop existing. Like, let's get rid of them as much as we can. So whenever I hear people being prosecuted for rape or anything, I'm like, be gone, be gone. But it's a very deep book, you know. It has those themes in it, but it's a good read. It was not like a bad read. So it's not, so I would not say really say it's meh. It's okay. See this book, I have nothing bad to say about this book. I'm just going to be honest. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about this book. Breathe, Udeme. This book is good. It has themes of slavery, just hardship, like freedom, you know, that kind of vibe. It's set in Ghana. This is a book that when you read, you think about it for a while. Yes, it stays with you for a while before it begins to fade. It's a really good book. When Dimba Ume said on her channel that everybody should read this book, I see why. And it's going to become a classic, I can tell. It's going to become one of those books that it will be like Chino Achebe's, like, oh, everybody should read this. Do you understand? The storytelling in this book is excellent. The character development, the plots. It's a historical fiction, by the way, and it is so well done. You can picture it, you can imagine the pain, you can feel it. Look at the way my voice reduced. I just have to feel how intense this book is. Intense, that's the word. It's gripping. 5 stars. We're down to the last 2 books. This is a very fast video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video so far and you've not given it a thumbs up, please go ahead and thumbs this video up and subscribe, most importantly. If you want to get notifications every time I post, click that notification bell on the side so that you get notified every time I post a new video. You guys, by the way, I am traveling very soon. I'm so excited. So there will be a travel vlog on this channel. I hope that I'm actually going to do things when I travel, so that it's not just boring like travel. You know what I'm saying? Because I love watching travel vlogs, so I hope this is going to be good. But anyway, The Secret Lives of Babasagi's Wives. This is a pretty, I think this book is old, but I think maybe it was repackaged and brought back or something. But this book is beautiful. This is another one where you can picture the characters in real life. You can see what they are. In my language, they will call some of them Awanufa. That's a bitter second wife, that kind of vibe. Babasagi has, I think, 5 wives altogether. let me see, Iyafemi, Bolande is newest, Iya Segi, and Iya Tokpe. Sorry, 4 wives altogether. And I love that the story is being told from each of their perspectives, so nobody is like, you're not hearing from just one person's side and then feeling like, well, don't really know what the other person's story is. I love how wicked Iyafemi and how she stands in her wickedness, how she uses self-righteousness to justify her wickedness. It's the kind of book that you will laugh. It's witty, it's clever. I just love it. Yes, the plot became predictable at the end because you could tell where it was going towards the end, but it was still so well done. For a long time, you would not think that was the reason why all of this was happening until it becomes clear. Like, oops, you don't mean it. But it was. I love this so much. I love how Yasegi stood in her. Had a stance of, yes, I love money. I love how she was so. I love how all of them like embraced who they were, except maybe Tope was the only one that was a bit like, what's the word? She's much more of a follower. She does not have much of a say. I don't like the way she became a wife. She was like practically traded. I know there are places that this thing still happening, but just let's thank God that we're not in those places, because I cannot imagine being sold as a commodity, like in an exchange for your father being old. Do you understand? Like, it's just like, what? Like, am I that value? Yes, you have value, but it's not the way you want to be valued. Do you understand? But yeah, this is an excellent read, a strong 4.5 star or 5 star. I'm not yet made up my mind, but yeah, it's a really good book. And then this is a mystery. This is more of like drama kind of genre. This is a mystery novel, The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex. Excellent. At first the writing was a bit and then I got used to it, but other than that, I love the pacing of the story. I love that from early on you are mystified. You're like, what could he have been? What could he have been? I love that about this book. I love the way it ended. I loved that I could see the story from each of the lamplighters' points of view. And I did not know what lamplighters were until I read this book. So you will find out. Because I want to put that when I see a word, I quickly pick up my phone and Google it. I don't know if anybody else is like me, but that's what I do. But yeah, it's a really good book. I enjoyed this. This was absolutely 5 star for me. And yeah, guys, we've come to the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section if you've read any of these books. Do you disagree with any points that I had on any of the books? Do you agree? Which one was your favorite? Which one are you looking forward to read? Let me sound off in the comment section, guys, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your life. So rest of your life, as I'm not going to be here again, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you give it a thumbs up. I keep emphasizing, and subscribe and share. Do you understand? But other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video.